What's up, viewers, and welcome back to Operation Overhaul. Today we're working on a C6 Corvette. I think it's an 09 or a 10 to be exact. We're going to be taking these headlights out because they left the ballast off and did not put a headlight in either. And also, if you look right here, they did kind of a crappy job of putting the seal around the headlight. You're supposed to flip them back, but they only did like half of it. They don't even look like they did a good job, as you can see right there. But we're going to remove these headlights and get them fixed up. And you can see it's a wet and rainy day, so we're going to have us a fun time under this canopy today. So if you want to learn how to do this, stick with me and chum on. Like I said, we're going to be pulling these headlights out. First thing that we're going to be doing is pulling these little bolts right here out. And they use a 7mm, and then you can just use a little 1/4 inch drive to pull them out. Then I'm going to take like 2, maybe 3 of these torch bits right here out of the fender, just so we can lift up this portion right here so we can pull the headlight out around it. And this is supposed to be flush, but as you can tell, they didn't push it down right, or either the rubber seal is pushing on it and keeping it popped up. But let me pull these bolts right here out. There's only 4 of those, and I'm going to pull 2 of these fender bolts right there out. I don't know if I need more, but we'll see when we get to that point. Alright, as you can see, I did remove those 4 bolts, and I'll push it back down just so you can see it. So right here, you just grab underneath there, pull out, and it should pop it loose right there. And then I went ahead and removed 3 of these T15 torch bolts on the fender, so we got a little bit of wiggle room right here. Then next we need to come underneath here, and you're going to have some little push clips. This is what they look like right here, and you should have, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think you got 4 of them right here on your front inner fender. And then you can pull this back, and then along the inside right here there should be 2 10mm nuts right here, and then there'll actually be 3 10mm that actually hold the headlight in. And if you can reach them without pulling this off completely, you can try to do that. I know some people have luck with it, and then some people don't. But I'm going to try to pull this away from the bottom of the front bumper right here. And underneath here, there's more of these little push clips right here, and I think there may even be a couple little 7mm bolts as well. Yeah, I can feel one right there. But this is what the 10mm looks like that holds it to the fender right here. Like I said, there'll be 2 of these, and then 3 for the headlight. But I'm going to go ahead and remove them on this side, and whenever I get to the passenger side, because I haven't removed this yet, I'll show you what it looks like on that side. So as you can see, we have the front bumper fascia down, and you can get a better look at these screws right here now. And sorry, I know my finger's in the way. So there's 2 10s right here, and then you'll have to take that one too, just so you can move the fender. And then underneath there are 3 10mm nuts that hold the headlight in. 2 of them you can get with a ratchet, 1 you're gonna have to get with a wrench. I used a ratchet wrench just to make it easier, but once you break them loose, they should thread off pretty easy. I'm gonna take you to the other side so you can see what it looks like with this already attached. These are the push pins right here. Like I said, there's a few of them, and we're going to take them out on the inside as well. And I did do all this with the tires still on there. Like I said, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's like 7 to 10 of them. I have to look again, but you will have to take those off to get the inner fender front portion off. But let me pop these out, and I'll be right back. I will say this is the push clip tool that I use. It gets in there pretty well. It's real thin and it pulls them out really easy. See, they go pretty easy. If I don't slip. I don't know how well you can see it up in there. Most of the time you can pull them all the way out and they will just pop out. Once you get them out so far, they'll release. This one right there may need to use my clip tool. And there you go. I always like to push the pieces back in them. That way I don't lose any. And you can pull this lower part back, but you can see right there you can get in there pretty good now. But I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this fender from the front bumper, and probably even take the fender loose from the support. There was one more bolt that I had to take off, and it is under here. You can see it right there. Right there. It is a Torx, and all the fender ones are Torx. But let me try to get this side right here done so I can pull the front bumper away a little bit better, and we'll be right back. As you can see, I have the headlights out on both sides. I'm going to come back to the passenger side. These are the connectors that were on there, and to get it out, the headlight out, you have to disconnect these wires right here once you pull the headlight out. But you're gonna have to lift the fender up to clear it out of the plastic housing right here, and you're gonna have to pull the fender up to get it to move around the headlight. Sorry about that, kind of stuttering there for a minute. But like I said, you have to lift it up to clear this right here and move the upper portion of the fender. And as I said before, I did have to take the bolts out all the way up the fender just to let it move enough. And a discovery I found from the other shop was right here. They couldn't get it to stay together, so they punched a hole in his fender and used some kind of tie wire to hold it down because it wasn't sticking good enough. And you can see right here where they punched a hole in his fender and then put it through the actual weather stripping. I swear some people should not touch cars, but that's a different rant for a different day. And as you can see right here, they broke the connector on his turn signal too. Well, not really the connector, but the clip, because when I took the light out, this is on the passenger side, when I took the light out, this reflector housing fell out. But like I said, it's just a different rant for another day. We're gonna let that go for right now. But as you can see, here's the headlight assembly right here. This is the main two wires that we had to disconnect on the outside. And they just taped up the ballast connector right here. So there was no ballast in here, and there's no headlight in the headlight assembly either. All they did was took the headlight out of the box, threw it in the car, didn't even swap over the ballast from the old one, and then they proceeded to throw away the old headlights. Why you would throw away C6 stock headlights, I don't know. But so we got new ballast. These are the ballast that the customer picked up. That's the part numbers right there. He bought 2 of those, and we have screws to put the new ones in, but we do not have the wire that runs from the ballast to the headlights, to the headlight bulbs. And these right here are the bulbs that he got. That's them right there, and that's your part numbers right there. So I will not be showing you the installation process of this. It's pretty much just the reversal of the removal procedure, but I will say something that you need to do is this foam lip right here. When you go to install these headlights, these are Anzo headlights. When you go to install these, you're going to want to flip this down and put it under the lip of the bumper and the fender right here, so whenever you have the headlight in, you can't see that part sticking out, which they tucked half of it in but didn't tuck all of it in. So like from here, about half the headlight was sticking, the foam seal was sticking out. But I will show putting this ballast in here real quick. This is what the back of it looks like. This will only go in one way. I'll show you that real quick. See, it fits on there perfect that way, but if you just flip it around, it doesn't fit. So these only go on one way, and pretty much you can use self-tapping screws to put these in if you want to, or you can get the correct ones to put it in. But we're going to put the correct screws in here just because that's what needs to go in there. But like I said, you can put self-tappers if you would like. But this connector right here goes in the round connector position, and then the ballast to headlight wire goes from here to the headlight, and you're going to have to snake it through here and put it to the headlight right there. Now these headlights, I will say as well, you're going to have to try not to touch the bulb, or this one right here actually come with gloves to put on, which is a pretty good thing. I like that. And but do not touch the bulbs, as they are super sensitive, and the oils on your skin can actually make the bulbs pop. So I got you set up somewhat right here. So this is where the headlight goes. There'll be a little plastic cover that you just pull off, and then that's where the headlight right there goes, and you just lift up on a little bit and swing the little door out of the way. And put these gloves on real quick. Now that we have the cover off right here, we're going to stick the light in. Just be careful not to break the light. Sometimes these little clips, they can slide down, but it's got to go over the top and the bottom of them. You just push them up and down, and it should be seated in right there. And then you can run the wire and connect it right here to the ballast. But like I said, we don't have the wire that goes from the ballast to the headlight, and that won't be in for about another week, because we just noticed it today and we got them ordered. So I want to end the video there because I don't have the wiring harness from the ballast to the headlight. But if you can remove them, you can put them back in, because it's just the reversal of the removal procedure. And like I said, just make sure that you flip the little foam seal down whenever you go to install them, just so you don't see it on the outside. But if y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get to them as soon as possible. And until next time, y'all have a great day, and please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.